Live on YouTube, it's OEHL Hockey from the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada, for today's OEHL North Division matchup between the 3-12-2 Shelburne Muskies and the 9-9 Georgian Bay Applekings. Tonight's game is brought to you by Thornbury Clear Choice Pool and Spas. Come and visit their showroom at 4 Arthur Street West in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 519-599-1154 or visit thornburyclearchoice.com for more details. Thornbury Clear Choice, Pool and Spas, pool cleaning made easy. And by Hometown Hall, your neighborhood spot for good drinks, local bites, and easy company. At Hometown Hall, we bring together craft beer, cider, and wine with snacks and stories from around Grey and Bruce County. Located at 49 Bruce Street South in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. Closed Monday through Wednesday and open Thursday through Saturday from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's first come, first served around here, so grab a spot, settle in, and let the good times roll. It's OEHL Hockey, live on YouTube from Thornbury. Yes, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena for this afternoon's OEHL North Division contest between the 3-12-2 Shelburne Muskies and the 9-0 Georgian Bay Applekings. Andrew Rodgers with you live at the Real Raji 21 on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and follow along. That'd be much and greatly appreciated. It's a heck of a game that we have on tap for you. Two teams that, desperate for a win, I guess you could say. As the games go on and the regular season starts to wind down and come to a close, the points are at a premium, and a lot of moving and shaking as still lots to be decided when it comes down to the playoff seeding. And it's really interesting. We're in for quite a finish to the regular season and into playoffs. Last night in the North, one game was scheduled in Dundalk, and of course, with the mess that has been the weather all week long, that game in Dundalk between the Lancers and the Muskies, it was their autism awareness game. It was canceled. It has been rescheduled for next Friday, so Friday, January 30th in Dundalk. Lucknow Lancers, Shelburne Muskies. It's a big game potentially with a lot of standings implications depending on how this weekend goes. They did, however, play two games in the South last night. Jefferson Elora Community Center, Elora Rocks defeating the Erin Outlaws in the shootout by a score of 4-3. Was a heck of a game, live on YouTube as well at the Elora Rocks YouTube channel. Just a massive win for Elora in that game with the Erin Outlaws. Elsewhere, it was second place South Division Petrolia Squires taking down the Tavistock Royals, who gave them a run. 6-5 ended up being the overtime final. Petrolia's Kyler Keating with the winner in overtime, I believe. So 6-5 Petrolia, and like I say, they sit second. We'll look at the standings here now. The South Division, you have Seaforth 3 points up on Petrolia for second. Petrolia 2 points clear of Erin Outlaws for third, or for second. Erin in third, 24. Tavistock in fourth at 23. You have Elora at 22 and fifth. Dunville Arrows still have 5 games to play somehow, and they 16 points, so they have a lot of games to make up here and a lot of points that they could also make up. Tillsonburg looking like they will finish firmly in 7th as they have a 3-point advantage on Milverton. Tillsonburg 19 games, Milverton 18, so Milverton trails by 3. They have some work to do. In the North, like I say, a little bit to be decided here still. Ripley has first place. The Elmvale will not be able to catch them. The only team realistically that could catch Ripley is Durham. Durham, they are right now currently 6 points back with 3 games left. So technically, if they run the table, I believe they would have the tiebreak over Ripley. However, if Ripley beats Durham tonight, that all doesn't matter. And Ripley would claim first place if they win against Durham tonight. That game is actually currently ongoing as it is taking place tonight at 5 o'clock in Durham. So, like I say, you have Minto at 25, Saugeen Shores at 22, Georgian Bay at 18. The matchup there, so the implications here, Georgian Bay needs to win out. Saugeen Shores needs to lose tonight at Lucknow. If that happens, Georgian Bay would go into 5th, Saugeen Shores would fall to 6th. Again, crazy outcomes here. There's a lot of them. Shelburne 8 points, Lucknow 7, Creemore 4. So if Shelburne wins tonight and if Shelburne wins tonight, it doesn't matter what happens in the next 2 games. If Shelburne loses and Lucknow beats Saugeen Shores, then that game on Friday is massive next week between Shelburne and Lucknow. That game could have big implications. Even if Shelburne loses and Georgian Bay wins, that game still could have a ton of implications. That matchup, I feel like, is going to determine the 7th seed no matter what at this rate. So like I say, 8 games in the OEHL tonight, 4 in each division. In the South, we'll start there. Erin Outlaws, Milverton Four-Wheel Drives, 5:30. Seaforth at Tavistock, 7:30. Petrolia at Dunville at 8. Tilsonburg at Delhi at 8 o'clock. In the North, like I said, 1 game currently ongoing. The Ripley Wolves and the Durham Thundercats from the Durham Community Center and Arena. Shelburne at Georgian Bay, that's our game. Minto 81's traveling to Creemore to take on the Coyotes. That is a 7:30 start time. And then you have Saugeen Shores at Lucknow. That is a 7:30 start. So lots of games tonight, and we could have a clearer picture on playoffs come tomorrow. As we look at our rosters next here, just checking. I appreciate that. We have the Shelburne Muskies roster to go through first here, as they are the road opponent here tonight. Muskies at 3-12-2, not playing, not dressed for the goaltenders. Number 1, Chris Levine, and number 30, Riley Hope. The starting goaltender is number 29, Dominique Marquis. He is 1-3. The backup tonight is Gatlin Burt. He is 1-9-2, so he is the backup. Dominique Marquis gets the start. Not playing, not dressed. Number 14, Ty McCallum. Number 17, Matt Magoni. Number 71, Alejandro Nicastro. Number 77, Corey Allen. Number 88, Vincent DeCastro. And number 95, Jamie Coover. Over on the Georgian Bay side of things, not playing, not dressed. Goaltender number 33, Alan Maneri. The backup today is number 31, Jordan Elwood. And getting the starting goal, number 1, Aaron Weigel. He is 0-2 on the season. Not playing, not dressed. Number 8, Neil Ross. Number 11, G.W. King. Number 16, Noah Rowland. Number 39, Jamie Wise. Number 77, Matt Amoff. And number 93, Jake Mortley. That is your roster construction for this evening's game here in Georgian Bay, Thornbury, Ontario, at the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena. We're almost set for Anthem and Puck Drop here in Thornbury. Shelburne Muskies, Georgian Bay Applekings, live on YouTube at the Real Raji 21. We'll be back for all of that in a moment. Stick around. Live on YouTube, it's OEHL Hockey from the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada, for today's OEHL North Division matchup between the 3-12-2 Shelburne Muskies and the 9-9 Georgian Bay Applekings. Tonight's game is brought to you by Thornbury Clear Choice Pool and Spas. Come and visit their showroom at 4 Arthur Street West in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 519-599-1154 or visit thornburyclearchoice.com for more details. Thornbury Clear Choice, Pool and Spas, pool cleaning made easy.
and by Hometown Hall, your neighborhood spot for good drinks, local bites, and easy company. At Hometown Hall, we bring together craft beer, cider, and wine with snacks and stories from around Grey and Bruce County. Located at 49 Bruce Street South in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. Closed Monday through Wednesday and open Thursday through Saturday from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's first come, first served around here, so grab a spot, settle in, and let the good times roll. It's OEHL Hockey live on YouTube from Thornbury.
Shelburne Muskies. All right, and Canada in the books. The next thing to do is drop the puck and get this one underway. We are at the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena here in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada, for tonight's OEHL North Division matchup between the visiting 3-12-2 Shelburne Muskies and the 9-9-0 Georgian Bay Applekings. Starting goaltenders in the hockey game for the visiting Muskies is number 29, Dominique Marquis. He is 1-3 on the season. Starting in goal for the Georgian Bay Applekings is number 1, Aaron Weigel. He is 0-2 on the season. Shelburne comes in with the visiting All Whites. The Georgian Bay Applekings donning the maroons. Very nice maroon red. And I like the green trim too. It's really sharp. But we will line up at center and get this one underway. Big game, big standings implications. Only a few weeks left until the regular season concludes and playoffs begin. The Applekings win the faceoff. We're underway. Great to be with you, Andrew Rodgers here. Puck is played ahead to Ouellette. He's going to shoot it in, and Simmons is after it. Ouellette in behind the net, centering pass. Battle for it in the corner there as Shelburne tries to gain advantage. This is Fraser Cocker who puts it across. Carter LaRue ahead, looking for Chris Weber. Weber, he takes a body check, gets bodied off the puck, and here they come the other way. This is Simmons. He goes to the backhand into the corner. Simmons, centering pass, coming late there, but Blazer keeps it in. Now it's going to be carried out by Beck. Josh Beck, or Jack Beck, number 9, for Shelburne. That's ahead, Bueller. He has a lane, shoots. Save Marquis, and it hops over the net. Applekings with it, but they give it away. It's tipped out of the zone by Kyle Burke, leading scorer of Shelburne. This is in the Georgian Bay zone. Body check there. Up the ice and into the middle to Mackenzie Fleming, the Georgian Bay leading scorer. He's rubbed off into the boards. Bueller there to get it, and behind the net, he takes a check. Robitaille trying to get it. He puts it into the middle. Shelburne going to come up with this puck. This is ahead. McGurk sends it in, and Shelburne will go after it. Burke tried to stop it on the boards, did. Here's a chance for Konings over to Train. Devin Train in the corner. Body's going down there. That's off a referee's skate. Now it's in the corner for Tristan Park. Park gave it away to Train, gets it back, plays it across. Fleming tried to not get in the way. McGurk sends it right back in. Puck is in the Applekings zone here. Couple minutes into period 1. This is a cross, good pass there. And here's Matt Salaturo. Salaturo, in across the line. Dorian has it now for Georgian Bay. Keeps. He's in the corner. He'll back off with it. Back to the line. Noah Calvert gets. Throws it down low. This is all the way into Captain Mitch Good. Good into the corner. Centering pass. Going to be picked up here by the Applekings. Sends across. Calvert gets into the corner. He takes a check. Centering pass. Marquis had to make a save. And now this is going to come out as Connor Long couldn't get there. Long puts it across. Calvert gets. Looking ahead, plays it in behind the net instead. Good pace early on. Dorian picks it up with a head of speed, and here he comes. In across the Shelburne blue line to the backhand. Dorian stopped by Marquis, and he's going to hold it there for a face-off. Pace is pretty good here early on, as we are in Thornbury at the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena. This is a nice crowd here as well for this hockey game. The final game of the final home game, I should say, for the Georgian Bay Applekings this season before playoffs begin on February the 6th. This will be played off the boards into the middle. It'll come out of the zone. Big body check there as Sims lost his stick for Shelburne. It's still in the Applekings zone, and they're going to skate it out here. Now it's in across the line, and they're calling, I believe it's a delayed offside, and it'll be whistled down. Face off just outside the blue line after that delayed offside, and here comes, that was Bradley Wells. He got dragged down, slashed his man as he was going down. It's across now to Jack Beck. Beck in across the line, stops up, waiting for help. Beck plays it down low. This is going to be Carter LaRue in the corner. LaRue to Weber. It's poked to the line, and Beck keeps it in, but now it's out and down the ice. And I believe we're going to get an Applekings icing. Yes, we are. And the face-off will come back in the Georgian Bay zone. One game currently ongoing, actually two now. Ripley Wolves in Durham is happening currently. It started at 5 o'clock. Elsewhere, the Erin Outlaws are in Milverton to take on the Drives at the Perk in Milverton. That one got underway at the same time as our game. So we'll keep you updated on those two as we go along. This is back to the line. Shelburne keeps it in. Weber in the corner going after it, but he can't get there. Now the Applekings out of the zone. In across the line comes Simmons. He fanned on it. Beck picks it up, plays it around. Sebastian DeCastro off the boards. To the line and out. And back to get it is Georgian Bay. Into the middle now to Austin Ouellette. In across the line. Ouellette tried to go to the backhand, had it stripped away, gets it back. Ouellette trying to battle there. It's in the corner. Now it's in behind the net, and Muskies are going to pick it up. They play it in behind the net, though, and kind of trying to organize, and now it's Hustwick. Plays it toward the net. No shot yet. Scott Hustwick has it in his skates. It's still loose. Backhand in on Marquis, and he makes the save, and after that commotion, we'll get a stoppage as Marquis able to find the loose puck and put a glove down, and we'll get a face-off. 15:28 to go here in period number one, with the score tied at zeros. Face-off here in the Shelburne zone, going to be controlled by the Applekings. It'll be played in the middle, back to the line of Blazer. His shot was blocked. Fleming, I think, got in the way of that. It's in deep now, and the Applekings have it. Robitaille. Jacob Robitaille gets it back. He centers, shoots, save Marquis. Rebound. It's still loose. Another chance. Scores! Robitaille! Off to the side of the net. Jacob Robitaille finds that loose puck, and with Marquis down and out, puts it on the glove hand side, and the Applekings take a 1-0 lead here at the Beaver Valley. And for Robitaille, that's goal number 18 on the season. He's having a wonderful year for the Applekings. And with 15:03 to go, it's 1-0 Georgian Bay over Shelburne. As the Applekings win this face-off, they tie up in the middle, and now it's coming back into the Georgian Bay zone. This will be played across to Dorian. He has it in his own end. He'll play it across. Dorian again trying to go for that. Now it's going to come off the boards, and Shelburne's going to gain control of this puck. They cross center, dump it into the Applekings zone. Georgian Bay plays it ahead to Mitch Good. Good got away from one check, couldn't get away from another as he lost the puck. It's into the Shelburne zone now for Benedetti. He plays it around. kept in by Calvert Getz. He takes a body check, but he keeps the puck in. Now it's Dakota Prentice, number 22 for Shelburne. Up the boards, kept in by Georgian Bay. They send it in deep to Mitch Good. Good in the corner, gets away from a check, plays it away. This is Salaturo. Turo back to the line. I do that again. Salaturo back to the line. Now it's kept in. Here's a shot that's off a body and wide. I think that hit Dakota Prentice. And this is sent out by Shelburne. This is going to go all the way down the ice, but it will be beaten out by Didier Koenings, number 26. He gains the puck, plays it to the middle. It's picked up there. Here's a shot. Save, rebound! Oh, Weigel gets across and makes a save. Devin Train had a wide open net, and he fluttered that towards Weigel, who had enough time to get there and put his glove hand down and make the save. That's an empty 4x6 that he had there and couldn't put it in behind the net. He fanned on it, and it was a curveball. Here's a shot off the faceoff, and Caruso sent it wide. Georgian Bay gets this puck out, and it's all the way into the Shelburne end. Applekings able to gain control, centering pass, intercepted there. Now it's going to be Bekele playing it in deep. It's going to come to the far corner for Keegan Hoover. Backhands it in behind the net. Going to be picked up by Shelburne. Now it's going to be played by Jake Belvedere, number 28. This is ahead, and it's tipped into the Georgian Bay zone. It's going to be played to center, no further. Wells couldn't corral it. Now to be played ahead to Belvedere, who tips that in. Bekele picks it up for Georgian Bay. Now it's played ahead. Simmons threw it into the Shelburne end, no icing. Back to get it was Cocker, he gave it away. Centering pass. Shelburne trying to gain control of this puck, and they finally do, and they play it ahead. Fraser Cocker took a wicked hit there as he tried to play it up, and now here's Simmons. In across the line, gives it to Ouellette. Saved by Marquis, who gets a piece. Be played ahead to Keith Palmer. Palmer in across the line he comes. Avoids a check of Bekele, takes another. It's in the corner there. Palmer plays it away. Now it's going to be picked up by Shelburne. Backhand wide by number 12, Chris Weber. Plays it in deep into the corner. Beck plays it to Palmer. Palmer out of the corner. Tried to throw it across. It was intercepted though by Georgian Bay, and they're going to play this puck out. Hustwit gets to center, dumps it in. 12:06 to go here in the first. Georgian Bay leads 1-0. Jacob Robitaille's 18th is the Applekings goal. It's a cross, picked up by Georgian Bay. They're going to play it ahead to Fleming. Fleming across the line, plays it across. Robitaille to the net! He gets dragged down, and Marquis takes the net off, and we're going to get a tripping penalty. What a move from Robitaille as he's into the corner after tripping and falling, and he's going to draw a penalty here, and it's going to be to number 7, Aaron McGurk, and the Applekings get the first power play of the hockey game, leading 1-0. We have 11:50 to go, and Aaron McGurk of Shelburne serves 2 or less here. Fleming on this face-off, and it's to the right-hand side of Marquis. This is one back. It's going to be kept in by the Applekings. Park, down low to Robitaille. Robitaille, who's got one in the game already, off the boards, puts it down low to Fleming, goes to the net, centering pass. Going to be protected there by Shelburne. Park plays it into the corner. Shelburne, though, gets control. It's to the line, and it's out, as Blazer has to come back. 1:35 to go in the Georgian Bay power play. It's in across the line they come. Robitaille plays it down to Fleming. Fleming has Bueller. Bueller with the puck in the corner. He'll set it up there. Blazer at the line. No shot yet. Back to Bueller. Bueller to Blazer. Blazer shoots. Through traffic. Good save, Marquis. Shelburne trying to get this puck out. They get it to the boards or to the line. No further. Applekings doing a good job to keep this puck in. Now they're trying to find the puck. Robitaille's got it. They still fight for it at the line. Robitaille. Oh, good pass. He has Fleming, but Geisler can't keep it in, and now it's out. And Fleming picks it up and gives it to Robitaille. They're offside, barely at the line. Boy, that was close. That was really close at the line, but a bang-bang play is whistled on the offside. 49 seconds left in the Applekings power play with 10:37 to go here in period 1. They're going to bring this face-off back. Faceoff's going to be outside of the Applekings blue line with 49 seconds left on the Applekings power play. This one's across, and now it's sent back, and it's Bekele in his own end. He'll play it ahead. This is Mitch Good. In across the line they come, and they're going to set this power play up to the outside. Good has Geisler. He gives it to him. Back to Good, to Geisler again. Shoots! Through traffic, wide on the glove side of Marquis. It's off the boards to the line. Palmer can't get it out initially. Tries to get it out the second time and does, and now it's Carter LaRue on the rush. LaRue shoots! Save. Weigel, he got a piece. And now it's around the boards and out, and here comes the Applekings, but they couldn't get that puck in deep. Mitch Good with it now. He takes a check as Burke put him into the boards. This is sent all the way down the ice. Now the penalty is over. We're back to 5-on-5. This puck is up the boards. It's going to be played by Benedetti. He gave it away, though, and here comes Bekele with room. Shoots wide glove side. It's kept in by the Applekings in deep. Bekele with a big, on the receiving end of a big check there, and it comes out of the zone. Benedetti plays it into the Applekings zone. Salaturo. He has it now in his own end. He'll backhand it ahead and into the neutral zone. Muskies come up with it though, and here's a shot from Rivet. That went well wide. And Logan Hoover plays it out. Here comes Keegan Hoover, drops it. Here's a shot, scores! Scott Dorian, number 83, goes high blocker. And it's the Hoovers that set up Dorian. And it's 2-0 for the Georgian Bay Applekings here at the Beaver Valley. What a shot from number 83. So with 9:05 to go, Scott Dorian with his 5th of the season puts the Applekings ahead. It's 2-0, and it's cold. My fault. A Warrior. Could be played up. This could be sent in by the Applekings. They're going to go in after it in the Shelburne zone. Played there in the corner. Could be sent ahead. Kept in at the line. There's a shot. That goes in on Marquis, and he's going to make the save. Look out. Now we get a lot more after that. And Muskies aren't happy with the extracurriculars there. And are we going to get a call here? I don't think so. As Keegan Hoover lost the glove. And I think everything is going to stay the way it is. 8:49 to go here in period number 1, and the Applekings have scored twice and lead it here 2-0. Jacob Robitaille and Scott Dorian scoring for the Applekings. It's back to the line. It's kept in by Georgian Bay. Here's a chance. That's off a body. Doesn't reach. Marquis who makes the save on the second chance opportunity. Shelburne trying to get this puck out, but it's kept in by Ouellette. Applekings into the middle. Marquis got it again, and he's going to hang on. Applekings skating really well in this hockey game thus far. .8:31 to go here in period number 1. We're at 5-on-5. Georgian Bay has scored twice. They lead 2-0. 1 of 3 ongoing currently in the OEHL. The one in, so Ripley versus Durham. That's at Durham, and like I said, we'll give you updates as we have them, but currently unaware. The other game in the south is the Erin Outlaws in Milverton, taking on the Milverton four-wheel drives. 8:12 remaining here in the first. There's a centering pass, almost deflected in on Weigel, and got away, and it's into the corner now, where the Applekings are going to pick it up, and into the middle they go. Going to be across center and dumped in. Applekings after it. It's in the corner. They battle for it there. Centering pass hit a body, but it's kept in by Wells, who gets double tagged there for the hit as Burke went down awkwardly. And hopefully he's okay. He took that one in the face. I'm not sure what it was, but he is in a lot of discomfort down here by the blue line. It was kind of an awkward collision there. Bradley Wells and Kyle Burke and a teammate went down really awkwardly, Burke's skating off on his own accord, but that's a player that the Muskies desperately need to remain in their lineup, as he is their leading scorer. So we'll keep an eye on that situation as the faceoff's going to come up outside the Shelburne Muskies blue line here. 7:42 to go here in period 1 now. So we'll see about Kyle Burke, and for the remainder of the period anyway. That one's fired ahead, and icing is going to be called against Shelburne. Like I say, 7:32 now to go here in the first. Here comes the Muskies after that faceoff, and they bring it ahead. Here's Beck. Beck to the backhand, fired it across, but it was intercepted by Beckelay. Good defensive play. Back to line, kept in. Shot deflected just wide. It goes into the corner. Up the boards, it's kept in by the Muskies. Beck has it, plays it to Palmer. Palmer back to Beck, shoots off a body. Beckelay gets in the way of that one again. It's up the boards. Bueller put it in the middle to Fleming. He's got Robitaille. Fleming up the ice, goes to the outside, across, Robitaille wide, glove hand side. He tried to pick the top corner for a second. Into the middle now. Muskie's going to get this puck out, and it's back into the Georgian Bay zone. Connor Long picks it up. He'll play it ahead. He's got Bueller. Bueller in across the line. Has Robitaille with him, and he gives it away. It's up the boards now, and it's a 2-on-1 for Shelburne. Rivet with Sims, scores! Steven Sims, what a goal! High glove hand side, and the Muskies are on the board. It's 2-1. Oh, what a shot. Where's that been all season for Shelburne? I say that respectfully, man. They're 3-12-2. They could have used that all year. Either way, for Steven Sims, that's his first senior hockey goal. Congratulations, Simmer. What a shot. 2-on-1, and he elects to keep, and he scores. And it's 2-1 for the Applekings here with 6:34 to go. Man, oh man, gotta feel good. That's a feel-good story right there. In a season that, well, hasn't been all that great. That's a feel-good moment right there. It'll be played across, and here comes Georgian Bay up the ice. Salatoro into the middle, and it's going to be intercepted, though, by Shelburne. Devin Train on his knees, got to get back up, and he throws it into the zone. A way to get it is Rivet. He can't come up with it, however. Tries to battle there in behind the net of the Applekings. Train into the corner. Can't come up with the puck. Sims with the body check there, and now he's going to go to the bench for a change. Big body check on the boards there, and the Applekings come up with it. Back to Dakota Prentice in the Shelburne zone. Muskies with a little bit of life after that goal. This will be played ahead. And across the line, Ouellette, he's going to go in after it against Marquis. He comes up with it. Austin Ouellette, back to line. Here's a shot. Save Marquis. That's a good blast from Beckelay. And Marquis got it, and he's going to hang on. Oh man, what a game. It's great pace between these two teams. A lot of stuff on the line. Shelburne's fighting for 7th and avoid a play-in series. Georgian Bay trying to win out so that they could potentially go up to 5th in the North standings. So a lot to play for here. No games are just throwaways, that's for sure. A lot of games are like that right now in both divisions, as tight races for the top seeds and home ice throughout in the first round of the playoffs. Caruso plays it in behind the net of Weigel. It's into the far corner. It'll be picked up by Georgian Bay, and they're going to skate it ahead. Here comes Beckelay. In across the line, had it stripped away, and now it'll be played ahead and out of the zone. Stoneham able to get it deep, but now it's going to be tipped in by Simmons as he gets upended, and now Belvedere's going to go to the box for a trip. That's an absolutely awful penalty for Jake Belvedere to take in that situation. No need for it. He blatantly trips Reed Simmons at the red line. There's no point. No point in that. All you're doing is hurting your team. That's awful. But now we have a situation here where it is a Georgian Bay power play with 4:53 to go in the first period. Georgian Bay leads 2-1. And are we good here or not? Oh, we're waiting for the penalty to come up on the scoreboard here. Well, we got one now. There we go. Well, that'll have to do. Face off in the Shelburne zone, right-hand side of Marquis. This will be won back by Shelburne, and it's going to be cleared out by Sebastian DeCastro. Oh, now they have 2 penalties up there on the board. Okay. Sure. We go with one of them anyway, and Dorian brings it up the ice with speed. He's going to carry it all the way into the Muskies zone. Drops there. Played to the middle to Dorian. Back to the line now. Here's a wrister and a good save by Dominique Marquis. Marquis was my guest on the Gone Fishing podcast. He's French, and it was hilarious. I had a good time chatting with him. It was fun. His English is still a little bit, he's working on it, so that's why it's funny. I had a good time talking with him, though. Good guy. Got his first senior hockey OEHL win on on the 16th of January when he backstopped the Muskies to a win over Lucknow. This will be played down low. Centering pass, going to be picked off by the Shelburne, and they're going to send the Applekings back into their own end. 4 minutes exactly to go here in period 1 as Bekele picks it up for the Applekings. He'll play it ahead, tipped in by Fleming. It's in deep though, and Prentice is back to get it. He'll play it ahead and out. Back into the Applekings zone as Logan Blazer, the team's alternate captain, is back in behind his own net. 45 left in the power play. This will be played over, and the Applekings are going to start it out of their own end, but they give it away as Burke is back on the ice now. Good to see him back on the ice for the Muskies. 33 left in the power play as Robitaille brings it up the ice. He's scored already in the game. Across Fleming. He was closed on quickly by Benedetti. He'll play it across. Blazer had you let but didn't elect to give it to him. He'll play it to Robitaille. Robitaille with 16 left on the power play. Robitaille into the middle. No shot yet. Intercepted by the Muskies. Here's Bueller. Across to Ouellette. Ouellette shoots wide, blocker side. Robitaille picks it up. On the boards there, the penalty is expired. We're back to even strength. And it's played out by Shelburne. This is going to be an icing call, however, as we were back to even strength at that point, and the faceoff will come back in the Shelburne end. 2:44 to go here in the first period, and we're back to even strength, and the Applekings continue to lead 2-1. Face-off here to the left-hand side of Dominique Marquis. This will be one to the corner, played back to the line, kept in. Oh, that one hit a glove at the Shelburne bench, and we'll get a whistle. .239 to go, and the face-off will remain in the Shelburne zone. This game, of course, brought to you by Clear Choice, Thornbury Clear Choice Pool and Spas, and also by Hometown Hall out of Thornbury. Oh, big check there from Tristan Park as they're in across the line. It's onside. Shelburne with control in the corner. They try and gather it, and it's played in deep. Back over to the corner to Belvedere. It was out of his reach. It'll be kept in by Fraser Cocker. He'll put it down in the corner. Centering pass by Konings. Gets all the way to LaRue. Shoots. Deflected into the corner. Konings and LaRue come together as LaRue keeps it in. Now Konings is going to have to go after it. He's closest there. Plays it in behind the net, but it's picked off by Georgian Bay, and they're going to play it out of the zone. Back into Cocker in his own end. Plays it around. This is going to be picked up here by Konings. Didier Konings brings it in. Shoots wide of the glove side. And we're going to get a penalty call here that's going to come up to Georgian Bay for that interaction. And Danny Rivet went down, and it's an interference call against the Georgian Bay Applekings that'll put the Muskies to the power play with 1:41 to go here in the first period. And we'll get a face-off in the Applekings zone. So Shelburne Muskies with the power play here, trailing by 1. This face-off's going to come up on the glove hand side. That's the left of Aaron Weigel, today's Applekings starter. Weber on the faceoff. He's able to win that draw back, and they're going to get set up on this power play. Back at the line. Tried to play it down low, but it was intercepted by the Applekings. It's out of the zone. Muskies have to come in the center to regroup. We played across LaRue back into his own end here. And the Muskies will try and get regrouped. It's ahead to Beck. Beck in across the line with speed. Into the corner. Plays it all the way around to Weber. Weber on the boards. Trying to get it back to the line. Had it picked off, but it's intercepted. LaRue across. Konings centers. Nobody home. Beck was in the corner. It failed to get him. And Weber gets tangled up on the boards kind of awkwardly, but he keeps it in. Now it's out of the zone. We're in the final minute here in Georgian Bay. Shelburne on the power play for another minute 10. Here comes Keith Palmer up the ice, closed by Mitch Good, who took a spill, trying to deliver a check. LaRue keeps it. Oh, he can't keep it in. It hopped over his stick. Now it's ahead to Konings. He's going to circle and play it in. And it's going to be intercepted, though, by the Applekings, who are going to fire this puck out. And Blazers ahead. He's trying to get there in the corner. Centering pass is going to be intercepted, though, by Beck. Beck throws it ahead to Palmer. Palmer's got a man on the far side. It's Stoneham. Stoneham to the outside, shoots on Weigel, who makes an easy save, and he gets dumped in the corner. Centering pass here to Belvedere. Shoots wide, blocker side. He had him beat and just missed. And we have 5 seconds remaining here. Belvedere, another swipe at Connor Long. And the whistle is, or the horn's going to go, and that'll do it for first period. 20 minutes in the books. 18 seconds left of Shelburne power play time, and the Applekings lead it 2-1. Andrew Rodgers on the play-by-play with you live at the Real Raji 21. We'll be back for period 2 in a little while, everyone. Stick around.
Live on YouTube, it's OEHL Hockey from the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada, for today's OEHL North Division matchup between the 3-12-2 Shelburne Muskies and the 9-9 Georgian Bay Applekings. Tonight's game is brought to you by Thornbury Clear Choice Pool and Spas. Come and visit their showroom at 4 Arthur Street West in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 519-599-1154 or visit thornburyclearchoice.com for more details. Thornbury Clear Choice, Pool and Spas, pool cleaning made easy. And by Hometown Hall, your neighborhood spot for good drinks, local bites, and easy company. At Hometown Hall, we bring together craft beer, cider, and wine with snacks and stories from around Grey and Bruce County. Located at 49 Bruce Street South in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. Closed Monday through Wednesday and open Thursday through Saturday from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's first come, first served around here, so grab a spot, settle in, and let the good times roll. It's OEHL Hockey, live on YouTube from Thornbury.
right, folks, welcome back in. We're at the Beaver Valley Community Centre and Arena here in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. Just got some ice issues, it would appear. That's weird. The net is missing from the one side. I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's on the boards, that's why. Anyway, so much fun. Was looking at the intermission for the out-of-town scores. The Durham Thundercats currently lead the Ripley Wolves 5-1. And I could tell you Brendan Landry and Jason Hamilton were the starting goaltenders in that game. Elsewhere, the Aaron Outlaws and the Milverton Four-Wheel Drives are tied at 1. Goalies in that game, Scott Smith for Aaron, Bradley Beauville for the Milverton Four-Wheel Drives. As we are almost ready to get underway here in period number 2, the the Shelburne Muskies on the power play for another 18 seconds here. As like I say, we are set to go here in period number 2. And that faceoff is won back, and it'll be shot right in on Marquis as we're underway here in period number 2. Andrew Rodgers with you, live at the Rio Raji 21. Great to be here. This will be skated ahead by Konings and into the zone. Konings was drilled, and he is hurt. But we have a delayed penalty coming up here as Konings goes to the bench. Shelburne with the extra attacker, centering pass wide glove side. Delayed penalties coming up here as his puck is out of the zone now. Konings went to the bench. He was blasted, and the penalty is upcoming here. Once the Applekings touch the puck, we're back to 5 aside, but Shelburne with the extra attacker, and they'll touch the puck, and we'll get our whistle here finally. And it'll just remain a Shelburne power play here now as we approach the 1 minute mark of period number 2. I don't know who this penalty is going to, but Konings was hit along the boards, and I didn't see who hit him. I think this is going to go to Bradley Wells, Geisler with the penalty for roughing. And the Shelburne Muskies will continue on the power play. So like I say, the out-of-town scoreboard, Durham Thundercats leading 5-1 over Ripley. That's on their home ice. As this puck is sent to the line, McGurk keeps it in, plays it across. It's set up here on the Shelburne power play to the outside. Belvedere plays it, tried to play it into the middle, in front of the net. Now it's back to the line to Dakota Prentice. He's pressured there, and the puck is played out. Shelburne back to get it, and they'll play it ahead to Stoneham. He'll shoot it in. Weigel out to play it. He'll throw it away from Belvedere. It's in the corner. Burke after it, can't get there. Applekings are going to get this puck out. Belvedere on the back check. Salaturo shoots. They score! Georgian Bay Applekings score shorthanded, and I think this is going to go to Salaturo. And with 1:19 remaining in the penalty, the Applekings come down and score as that one deflected. I think that one might have went in off of Marquis, and they're going to give him the hook. So Dominique Marquis clearly on a short leash tonight as the Applekings score shorthanded, and that one there I don't think you can blame Marquis for, as I think it deflected in off a Shelburne body and in, but regardless, it's a 3-1 Applekings lead now as Gatlin Burt is taken over in the Shelburne net. Fresh off of a 2-game suspension that he just finished serving. So Beck as the Muskies have it now on the power play. This is LaRue. Plays it across. And it'll be played ahead by Palmer. Beck couldn't corral it as it's into the Applekings zone. Out to play it. In and around. Now it's going to be back to the line. Kept in. LaRue is down low. He'll play it there to Konings. Back to the line. Kept in Palmer across the Beck. Back into the middle to Palmer. Palmer, no shot yet. And a big battle in front there. Deflected in, Weigel with the save, and a good battle in front there. And Weber and his man were battling pretty much the entirety of that power play opportunity. And we'll get a whistle. Back to the line, kept in. LaRue shoots off a stick, and that makes it to the back of the net. Muskies trying to gain this control of this puck with 26 left in the power play. It's up the boards, kept in by the Muskies. Centering pass! Blast wide. Jack Beck kind of fluttered that on the glove hand side and missed by a little. And now it's back to the line, kept in by the Muskies as they control the outside. It's played away by Robitaille, who got a stick on that. And LaRue's got to come back for it as the penalty almost set to expire here, and it does. We're back to 5-on-5. Shelburne up the ice. Beck tips it in. He's at the end of his shift. This will be played around, and now it's going to be Robitaille with it. Robitaille into the middle nicely to Bueller. Bueller has Robitaille, but he plays it across instead. I think he was looking for Fleming, but he couldn't get it there. Now to be played ahead by McGurk, and he'll throw it into the Applekings zone. Weigel left it there, played around. Belvedere trying to get there for Shelburne. And Train runs into his man. They battle for it, and Belvedere comes up with it. He can't get a shot away. And he takes his man down. Another penalty coming up here for Jake Belvedere. It's a trip. And Logan Blazer went down as Belvedere got his stick in the skates, and that's going to be a penalty for Shelburne, and Belvedere's back in the box. Applekings lead 3-1. It's been a rough night for number 28. Excuse me. Applekings power play coming up here. They lead it 3-1. A goal early on here in the second period off of the stick of Salaturo. For Matt Salaturo, that's goal number 6 on the season. As this is one back in the Applekings. Can't keep it in at the line, and Muskie's trying to get away. Down goes Konings. He lost the stick. He's going to have to come back in the play. I think he was hoping for a call there, never materialized. Konings back though, and now they're on the penalty kill. Centering pass, it deflects off of a body into the line, kept in by the Applekings here. Now it's down low. McGurk. He's trying to pin this along the boards. It comes free. Now to be sent out, and we're going to get another penalty call here. Who's it going to? It's a trip, and who's it going to? I think this one's going to the Applekings for a trip. And Salaturo is going to get this one, and that evens us up here. So we're going to play a minute 29 of 4-on-4 before the Muskies will get an abbreviated power play. Like I say, it's a 3-1 hockey game here at the Beaver Valley. So like I say, 4-on-4 face-off upcoming in the Applekings zone. This will be to the right-hand side of Aaron Weigel. Back to the line to McGurk. Plays it across. He's got a man. Moving in. Glove save. Rebound is wide on the blocker side. Good chance there for Shelburne. Benedetti at the line. Plays it down low. This is Palmer. Puts it across. Centering off a stick. And they can't get it in. Weigel stopped it, and then it came away. Here they come the other way. Played across off a skate and into the corner. Applekings with the opportunity here, but Shelburne's back defensively. Now it's played ahead. And here comes Burke. Burke wide. He gets knocked down. And the puck is given away. Robitaille plays it ahead to Fleming. Fleming the other way. He's got Robitaille. Fleming shoots off a stick, and Burke's got it. And he kind of gives it back to Fleming. Gives him a little stick tap. There we go. Face off here in the Muskies zone. It'll be played up the boards to Beck. Beck turns and fires it in the neutral zone. We're 4-on-4 hockey here for a little bit as Mitch Good picks it up at center. He gets it thwarted from him, and it's back into the Applekings zone. Noah Calvert plays it ahead. Shot ahead to Good. He had it pickpocketed from Weber. Weber in across the line with Beck. Weber shoots off a body wide of the net. Picked up there by Austin Ouellette. 14 seconds left in 4-on-4 portion. Picked up by Connor Long. He's going to play it to Good. Good in across the line. Into the middle. Good pass. Good shoot. Glove. Save. Burt. And he'll hang on. And Austin Ouellette right in his grill. And trying to rattle Gatlin Burt. But, well, if I know him at all, he's unrattleable. I think that's right. Unrattleable? I don't know. You can't rattle him, so he's unrattleable. He's certainly not unforgettable. 2 seconds left in this 4-on-4 portion before it becomes a power play for Shelburne. And we get that power play now for the Muskies here. And the Applekings are just going to fire it into the zone. Tristan Park shot that in deep. As Stoneham picks it up, he'll play it into the middle. It was intercepted though. Applekings trying to settle this into the Shelburne zone. Now they get it again. Blazer, good pass. Dorian to Bueller, and the net is off as Burt pushed off from the post and pushed the net away. So not a whole lot doing for the Muskies abbreviated power plays. The play has mostly been in their own end. 14:04 to go here in the second period. Applekings lead 3-1. 7 seconds left in the Muskies power play. Back to the line to Blazer. He'll shoot through traffic, but Bird is able to find it, and he'll hang on. Him and Reed Simmons get reacquainted. They longtime senior hockey guys, Reed Simmons and Gatlin Burt. 3 seconds left here in the Muskies abbreviated power play. Face off to the left of Gatlin Burt. Marquis allowing the shorthanded goal that got him pulled, and we're back to 5-on-5 here as the penalty is expired. Here comes the Muskies up the ice. They send it in from their side of center, though, and it's an icing call. Fraser Cocker sent that in and was from his side of center, and it'll be an icing call. Man, those fries smell good. I can smell the salt from up here. 13:49 to go in the second period. Applekings lead it 3-1. The only goal of the period thus far. Salaturo shorthanded. Burt with the glove save. He'll hang on. Woo. Solid hockey game though here at the Beaver Valley thus far between the Applekings and the Shelburne Muskies. Georgian Bay trying to win out here so they can potentially move up to 5th. But they would need a Lucknow Lancers win tonight over the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks. And across the line comes Shelburne. It's in the middle, no shot yet. Now it's going to be shot by Belvedere into the corner. Here's a shot by Prentice. Look out, he kind of fluttered that high and wide. Now it's sent toward the net. Caruso's going to go into the corner alongside Devin Train. Caruso with the body check, but it's into the middle, and Cocker plays it across to Prentice. Prentice throws it in to the Applekings zone. Georgian Bay corrals it there and plays it ahead. This is Scott Huswick, drops. Here's a shot, that's off a stick and wide. Big body check there by Devin Train. Here comes Prentice up the ice. He has a man. He's going to drop it for Belvedere. Belvedere with room, leaves for Caruso. And now here's a shot that's off a stick and wide. In behind the net, and Georgian Bay's going to pick this up, and they're going to bring it ahead. With speed, this is Bekele. He goes into the corner as they fight after it. Into the middle, and it's played away, and it's going to be an icing call against Shelburne, but Sims is there first. Now it's going to be whistled off as no icing as Sims in to try and get after it. It'll be played into the corner, and the Applekings are going to center this. Here comes Dorian up the ice, across to Good, back to Dorian. Good in the corner. Now it's Dorian again. Plays it down low to Good in the corner. Good looking to get it to the line, can't. And Sims is going to pick this puck up and play it into the middle. He took a check though and went down. Now it's going to be played ahead, and Rivet is dragged down, and he draws a penalty from Connor Long. And he continues to give him the cross checks afterwards. Rivet not happy about that, and they're going to get mixed up here. I don't believe it's going to be fighting at this point. It's more like wrestling. And they're probably just going to get roughing calls after this all shakes out. Danny Rivet and Connor Long. Rivet, so the initial penalties to Connor Long for taking down Danny Rivet. Rivet then stood up to him or tried to defend himself in that situation. But I think the worst part about this is that it's going to even this up, because Shelburne was going to get a power play, but now it'll probably be 5-a-side. We'll see what happens here. Maybe they give an extra penalty to him. So what is the penalty calls going to be here? Unless they're not going to give one to Rivet. So after all that, they're not going to give a penalty to Rivet at all. Okay, so they are. All right. So there's an extra penalty maybe to Connor Long, but it's a penalty to either side and maybe an extra. Referee at the penalty box area just sorting this out. We're going to see what we're going to get here. Either 5-on-4 or 4-on-4 or 5-on-5. Yeah, so they're going to have to send a second person to the box here for the extra two. So the initial penalty on Connor Long, and then 2 each after that. So Long gets double minor in this situation, and Danny Rivet gets a penalty, and the Muskies will get a power play here, and I believe the faceoff's going to be in the Applekings zone. Not sure what the discussion is here, because the faceoff should be in the Applekings zone. It's a penalty. It's a penalty to for Georgian Bay for the Muskies power play, but now they're going to bring the faceoff outside the zone. That doesn't make any sense. Now they're going to bring the faceoff outside the zone. It makes no sense. Anytime there's a penalty in a power play, the faceoff always starts in the opposition's end. So that one baffles me a bit, but that's okay. 11:50 to go here in the second. Muskies with the power play, trailing 3-2. Or 3-1, excuse me. Now what? What? Yeah, no, now I'm confused because they put another Applekings player in the box. Why? I really don't understand what the discussions are all about here. What? Yeah, no, I'm lost. Yeah, no, okay. So I guess there was more penalties that met the eye there, as we get a 5-on-3 situation for Shelburne out of that, I guess. Anyway, Muskies with the power play, 5-on-3. And, obviously, we'll see what happens. But this shot toward the net, saved by Weigel. Going to be picked up there by Shelburne. Back to LaRue. LaRue plays it across. This is Palmer. Palmer, no shot yet. Works to the middle. Opportunity there, deflected by Beck. Good save, Weigel. Going to be picked up by Konings. Back to the line. Palmer. He fakes. Now he shoots. Deflected. It's still loose. Good save, Weigel. He battled through that to make the save. Now it's LaRue. Shoots. Sticking out. And we'll get a whistle. Good pressure by Shelburne to keep it to the outside and get a couple chances here. But nothing in the back of the net as of yet. So 1:14 left in this 5-on-3 situation. This will be played out, and Shelburne forced to come back for it. Turn the music off, man. Thank you. It always annoys me when they do that. Don't turn the music off while the play is happening. This is ahead. Palmer keeps it in. Working to the middle. He'll play it down low. Back up top. Shoots off a body into the corner. Konings has Palmer wide open. Palmer shoots off a body. Wide. Rebound. Still there. Shot. It's in. And Beck scores for Shelburne. The Muskies score on the power play. And one of the penalties will expire, so Muskies will still have the power play, but for Beck, that's his first. And it's 3-2 for Georgian Bay here. That's Jack Beck's first OEHL senior hockey goal, and it puts the Muskies within one. Wow. How about that? And that's got to feel good, obviously, for number 9, Jack Beck, and just a big moment for him. We have a couple first-time goals in the senior hockey OEHL circuit tonight, and for the Shelburne Muskies, Steven Sims and now Jack Beck. And the Shelburne Muskies get contributions from guys who don't normally provide it, and they're within one here. This is ahead, good pass. Belvedere and across the line. He'll stop up, 5-on-4 for 19 seconds. Played in behind the net. Going to be picked up, though, by Georgian Bay. They're going to play it to the line. Kept in by Belvedere. Shoots. Oh, and that one hit Fleming. Or, excuse me, Geisler. It's still in the zone. There's a shot. They score! Belvedere! He tips it home! And the Muskies strike twice on the power play. We're tied at 3. What a turn of events here in Thornbury. Jake Belvedere tips it home. My goodness. The scrappy Shelburne Muskies putting together a comeback of, well, sort of epic proportions. Haven't seen it yet this year. With goalie change that sparked it all, considering they went down 3-1 on a shorthanded goal. Gatlinburg comes into the game, takes over in the goaltending duties, and next thing you know, it's a 3-3 game. How about that? How about them apples? Get it? Applekings? I know. It's a dad joke. I am one, so I can make them. Here's a centering pass. Back to the line. It's going to come to the line and out. And Mitch Good's going to pick it up there. He'll play it across. It's going to come to Salaturo. He battles and plays it into the middle. It'll be played by Prentice. He'll throw it ahead. Out of the reach there, though, of Devin Train. Now to be played off the boards. Sims with the check. Applekings trying to get this puck ahead. Here comes Dorian with speed. He's probably one of the fastest in the OEHL as he brings it in, and Bird had to be sharp. Applekings with the pressure now in the Shelburne zone. Played down low. This is Good in behind the net. Mitch Good, centering pass, deflected away. To the line, it's going to come out, and Caruso has a man with him. Palmer going to the net. Stop! Scores! Palmer! It's 3 unanswered for the Muskies, and they lead it here 4-3. Whoa! Whoa, baby! Man, And this crowd is stunned. This crowd is stunned as what has happened here. In a matter of moments, the Muskies have erased a 3-1 deficit, and they lead it 4-3. Latest from Keith Palmer. My goodness. Palmer ahead at the blue line now as the Applekings are on their heels. It'd be played ahead and down at the line, as that was kind of awkward as Carter LaRue went down awkwardly. But he pops up, he looks to be okay. And we have 8:35 to go here now in the second period. It's a brand new hockey game. Latest goal coming from Keith Palmer, his 4th of the season. Oh, man, what a turn of events. This will be played in. LaRue out in the corner, but Robitaille picks it up for Georgian Bay. Centering pass. Bueller. Wrap around, stopped by Burt. He's going to find it and hang on as we get pushing and shoving now with Sebastian DeCastro and Mackenzie Fleming. Woo! I love it. Fleming and DeCastro continuing to chat as Fleming comes in for this face-off to the left-hand side of Bird against Chris Weber. In the skates, they'll battle for it. Shelburne trying to come up with the puck, and they do. This is around to Palmer on the boards, can't get it out of the zone. Robitaille picks it off. Across! Oh, he had Fleming for the one-timer, but it didn't reach him, and now Beck plays it out. This is going to be Georgian Bay in their own end with this puck. They'll play it ahead. And across the line they come. Fleming. Good pass. Robitaille. Centers! Save Burt! That one off of Evan Bueller. What a save. Out of the zone. Burke was in behind the defense. It's stopped by Burt. Rebound! Not there. Applekings still have control of the puck. Fleming in the high slot. No shot yet. There it is. Save Burt. Fleming in behind the net still has control. Picked up by Bueller. Centers! Scores! Robitaille! The pressure by the Applekings off of the 3 unanswered, and they finally do get that shift in that answer, and it's the top line. And Jacob Robitaille, with his 19th of the season, puts the Applekings tied with the Muskies. We're tied at 4. Jacob Robitaille's second of the game. And it's we're back to square one here in Thornbury. This will be played ahead. It's in, and it's going to be an icing call against the Applekings. Jacob Robitaille with a pair of goals up to 19 on the season. And that's a big goal for the Applekings. They were much on their heels here and had this game slipping out of their grasps. And like I say, we're back to even keel here at tied at 4. McGurk at the line, plays it in low. It'll be picked off by Georgian Bay, and they're going to skate this puck out. Ahead to Ouellette. Austin Ouellette in across the line. They go into the corner after it. Tried to center, was intercepted by Shelburne. McGurk, he's into the corner. He'll play it to the other side to Benedetti. He's going to throw it to Burke. Look out. Burke almost pressured there, but now it's going to be picked up by the Applekings. Glove save and a beauty. Ho-ho! Hello, Gatlinburg. Flash that leather, son. What a save. Outstanding. Lovely save. I like that one. I've used that before. Puck lovely save. Oh, it isn't it? Isn't it? Yes. Absolutely. 7:01 to go here in a 4-4 game here in the second period. Applekings and the Muskies. That shot went wide on the blocker side. Shelburne going to try and gather this puck. It'll be played to the line and out. Train had his stick smacked out of his hands, but he got it back. And here comes the Muskies up the ice with some speed. Fraser Cocker, he's going to come in. Blast there, that's off a body and wide on the blocker hand side. Back to Prentice, he couldn't get it. Simmons throws it ahead, and he has Huswick. Huswick shoots, save. Rebound is loose, it's to the line and kept in by the Applekings. Huswick into the corner there against Train. Now it's Sean Caruso. He's got it. He'll play it across. He was looking for Cocker. Failed to reach him, and now he's going to go to the bench for a change. Applekings with the puck. Big check there by Belvedere. Now to be played across, and Train's going to fire it in. He took a hit. Applekings get it back, and they play it ahead. In across the line they come. It's intercepted, though, by Shelburne, and they have numbers the other way. Palmer to the outside. Still keeps trying to find a man. Can't pass it. Now he'll throw it across. Good one into the middle. Backhand save, Weigel. And it's played away, and we have another injured Shelburne Muskies player here. And I don't know who is down. I didn't even see how that materialized, but the Muskies player down in question is hurt. Looks to be in a serious amount of pain on the ice there. I think that might be Sean Caruso. Actually, excuse me, Chris Weber, number 12. He was grasping at his knee. I hope he's all right. Uh-oh. He's going to be helped to the bench. I'm wondering if it's almost better he takes to the locker room at this point. Yeah. So I didn't see the collision, but it looked awkward anyway. As Weber went down and he was in some significant discomfort. So he's to the bench now. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. 5:45 to go, and the faceoff's going to be brought outside the Muskies blue line. So we'll continue to monitor that situation as Chris Weber makes his way off the ice. 5:45 to go here in a 4-4 game in the second period at the Beaver Valley. As it's going to be picked up by Georgian Bay, and they're going to bring this up the ice. This is Salaturo. He got the scoring started in the second period with a shorthanded goal. That's passed across. Good play by Beck to get back defensively. Here comes Shelburne up the ice now. Palmer sends it in. They're going to go in after it. Georgian Bay trying to get this puck up the boards. Shelburne keeps it in. Now it's going to be played by the Applekings. Going to be out of the zone, and Sebastian DeCastro tips it back in. That accidentally hit Keith Palmer on the way in, and it's whistled down. And it'll be an offside call against Shelburne. Face-off will be outside the blue line. 5:11 to go here in the second period. We're tied at 4. If you're joining us late, this was a 3-1 Applekings lead. Gatlin Burt came into the game for Dominique Marquis, the starter for Shelburne. Shelburne then scored 3 to take a 4-3 lead, and then it was Robitaille with his second of the game that tied it at 4 for the Applekings, and that's where we stand currently. Applekings with pressure in the Shelburne end, but now it's back to line of Blazer. Blazer plays it in deep. Going to be picked up by Mitch Good. He'll play it in deep. This is going to be played down low and into the corner. Good takes a check. It's played to the line. The Geisler keeps it in. It's sent to the middle. Applekings still. There's a play there where one of the Applekings went down as that's fired toward the net. Benedetti took the worst of that. Should have been a trip call there, I think, for the Applekings, but went undetected. Now it's back to the line. It's kept in by the Applekings. Big battle in front of the net, too, from Good and Benedetti. They continue that battle in the corner. Good gets taken down. More battles here as the puck is played across. Applekings back to the line to Geisler. Plays it down low. Here's another chance off of Shingard. And it's going to be picked up. And Koenigs, he gets tripped. And no penalty call. And now we get a play in behind the whistle here. And McGurk. And we get all sorts of commotions here. Yeah, so that's awesome. Weigel's not going to go with Burt. That's just a mistake. And McGurk, his night's done. Koenigs was dumped trying to get away on a breakaway, and there was no penalty called. And then McGurk went at Geisler, as they were coming up the ice, and next thing you know, just mass commotion. So referees will try and sort all that out with 3:47 left here in the second period in a 4-4 game. Man, that was something. And we almost saw a goalie fight. That doesn't happen much in senior hockey. But given the players that are currently in the game, it's not out of the question. Yeah, referees and officials will sort all this out. And we'll take a pause for we'll recognize our sponsors for today's game. Live on YouTube, it's OEHL Hockey from the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada, for today's OEHL North Division matchup between the 3-12-2 Shelburne Muskies and the 9-9 Georgian Bay Applekings. Tonight's game is brought to you by Thornbury Clear Choice Pool and Spas. Come and visit their showroom at 4 Arthur Street West in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 519-599-1154 or visit thornburyclearchoice.com for more details. Thornbury Clear Choice, Pool and Spas, pool cleaning made easy. And by Hometown Hall, your neighborhood spot for good drinks, local bites, and easy company. At Hometown Hall, we bring together craft beer, cider, and wine with snacks and stories from around Grey and Bruce County. Located at 49 Bruce Street South in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. Closed Monday through Wednesday and open Thursday through Saturday from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's first come, first served around here, so grab a spot, settle in, and let the good times roll. It's OEHL Hockey, live on YouTube from Thornbury. Back here at the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena. Andrew Rodgers with you at the live at the Rio Raji 21. We have 3:47 remaining in the second period and 4-4 tie here in Thornbury between the Applekings and Muskies. Out of town scoreboard, the Durham Thundercats lead the Ripley Wolves 5-2 in the third period. Like I say, currently playing. They're about halfway through the third. Elsewhere in Milverton, the Aaron Outlaws lead the Milverton four-wheel drives, by a score of 3-2. That game is in the second. And they're just trying to sort out everything that's going on here after that commotion, if you will, as Didier Konings was trying to get away on the breakaway, and he was tripped up at the blue line by Ryan Geisler, and Geisler was basically tackled from the at the blue line by Aaron McGurk, number 7. So that led to a big mass commotion. Gatlin Bird of the Muskies, who is now in net, he replaced Dominique Marquis at the beginning of the second period after he allowed a shorthanded goal that was tipped in by his own teammate, and he was replaced. Muskies then would score 3 straight before the Applekings tied it. Jacob Robitaille with his second of the game to tie it. So I'm just looking here as we have some penalties that are coming up on on game sheet. Oh. So they're just trying to sort all this penalty stuff out, And I do have the app up here. Scott Dorian, one of the penalties for the Applekings by the looks of it, number 83. Like I say, referees trying to sort all this out. Didier Konings, also a penalty, number 26. Aaron McGurk, his night's done, number 7 for Shelburne. And 5-minute penalty on the Shelburne side of things right now. So we'll, this, if it's a major penalty against Shelburne, that would allow for a Georgian Bay 5-minute power play. They could really break this game wide open, as they would essentially have a power play for the entire duration of the 5 minutes, no matter how many times they score. So that's the big one here. It looks to me, so from what I could tell from what they're putting up here, so Didier Konings is going to serve the Aaron McGurk 2-minute instigator. So McGurk gets the instigator penalty. McGurk gets 5 minutes in a game. So instigator, 5 minutes in a game for McGurk. Scott Dorian, 83 of Georgian Bay, in the box for roughing for 2 minutes. So the 2 minutes offset, McGurk's 5-minute major on the board, and it'll be an Applekings power play for 5 minutes. Oh, good. And Bert having a discussion here with a couple Applekings players, because, you know, that's a good idea. Pretty much. So. And Coach Justin Paulitsky for the Shelburne Muskies obviously animated, because he felt there should have been a tripping call on the play that wasn't, and kind of escalated all of that. So yeah, kind of where we're at with this. So now why is Konings going to the bed or to the dressing room? That doesn't make any sense. I really don't understand what's happening here, because according to game sheet here, Konings is serving the penalty, the instigator minor. So why? Okay, whatever. I'm lost on this as of right now, so I apologize, but either way, it's a 5-minute major penalty against Shelburne, and that's the penalty that needs to be killed off here in a 4-4 game. Applekings with the power play. This is going to be played in the corner. Georgian Bay has control of it to the outside. Played to Robitaille. Robitaille back to the line. This is Blazer, shoots, deflected wide, glove hand side. Now it's going to be Ouellette. He'll play it across. Now down low. This is Fleming. Centering. Oh, what a save from Bert. He got a piece of that. What a pass from Fleming to set that up. And a big stop from Bert. He'll need a lot of them on this major penalty that the Muskies will have to kill off. Fleming back to Ouellette. Ouellette across. Blazer looking for Fleming. Save Bert. He kept that out. Fleming was on the all by himself out there and made the save, and Bert's got it again. Gatlin Bert. Wow. My goodness, a couple massive saves there to keep this game tied. Ho, ho, ho. Man. That's something. Yeah, so a lot of penalties up here, but again, I'm not going to try and make any more sense of this because I can't. 2:46 to go in the second period, 3:59 to go in the 5-minute major penalty for the Muskies to kill off here. It's played around, and it's going to be Shelburne grabbing control of the puck and bringing it ahead. Carter LaRue shoots it in on Weigel, and he'll go for a skate and tries to get back and make a check, and he does. And he gets thrown to the ice. And everything goes kosher, I guess, as here comes the Applekings up the ice. Dorian to center, plays it across to Good. Good, throws it across, looking for Salaturo. Now to there's a shot, that's wide, and it's going to bound out of the zone. Oh, what is happening? And it's offside at the line. Sorry folks, just trying to figure out why my camera stopped. Just trying to get back online here. There we go. And we're back. And face-off upcoming just outside the Shelburne blue line. That was weird. Some chatting going on at the Georgian Bay bench here. Not really sure why. That was really odd. Well, that's what I mean. If you look on game sheet, Mitch Good was served a penalty for being an extra man in on that fight, and he was still playing in the game. And now they've just, I guess, realized that and thrown him out. So now Shelburne sends it all the way down the ice. So 2:50 to go in the major penalty, so it's halfway through. And now it's brought ahead by Georgian Bay on this power play. 1:30 to go in the second period. Ouellette plays it down low. Now Blazer throws it to Ouellette. Ouellette throwing it into the corner. This is Fleming. Back in behind the net for Robitaille. Plays to Fleming. Stop. That hit Benedetti, and he was hurt by that as he took his glove off and put it into the corner. Now it's going to be played ahead. We're in the final minute of period 2 as Robitaille picks it up. Centers, doesn't get to the net. Another centering pass, and Burke gets knocked down. It's still out! And Robitaille bowled over for that as he went into Burt, and we're going to get a whistle here. And Robitaille takes his man down, and now we're going to get a lot more. Gatlin Burt very unhappy over that. Robitaille went after, I think it was Carter LaRue who he hit, and LaRue is slow to get up off to the side of your screen there. Burt was very unhappy about that and wanted a piece of Jacob Robitaille in the crease area there. LaRue went down after Robitaille went at him, and my goodness, it's getting really silly here in Thornbury as Carter LaRue, he's slow to get up and he's going to make his way off the ice. He took a wicked shot from Jacob Robitaille, and Gatlin Burt wasn't very happy about it, and he's still not happy about it. And he takes a swipe at Fleming. And Burt's night is done. He's out. So Marquis going to have to come back in the game. Burt was upset at Robitaille, tried to go at Fleming, ended up pushing the linesman, so that'll probably cost him. He was just suspended for spearing a referee. I don't think he was intending to spear him, but he did, and got a 2-game suspension for it. So I don't know what's going to happen from all of this, but if they get a look at this, they'll find out. So now they're going to have to sort out some more stuff as Dominique Marquis comes back into the game. And Gatlin Birchben has scored it out. So, yep, just goes from silly to sillier. Yep, just one of those things. But anyway. So yeah, again, they're going to sort all this out.
Live on YouTube, it's OEHL Hockey from the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada, for today's OEHL North Division matchup between the 3-12-2 Shelburne Muskies and the 9-9 Georgian Bay Applekings. Tonight's game is brought to you by Thornbury Clear Choice Pool and Spas. Come and visit their showroom at 4 Arthur Street West in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 519-599-1154 or visit thornburyclearchoice.com for more details. Thornbury Clear Choice Pool and Spas. Pool cleaning made easy. And by Hometown Hall, your neighborhood spot for good drinks, local bites, and easy company. At Hometown Hall, we bring together craft beer, cider, and wine with snacks and stories from around Grey and Bruce County. Located at 49 Bruce Street South in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. Closed Monday through Wednesday and open Thursday through Saturday from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's first come, first served around here, so grab a spot, settle in, and let the good times roll. It's OEHL Hockey live on YouTube from Thornbury.
Yeah, been kind of silly here the last 10-15 minutes or so, but they're trying to sort all this out. If you join late, you've missed a ton, so go back and watch. But yeah, what we can tell. What we can tell you is that the out-of-town scoreboard has Durham Thundercats leading Ripley 6-2. Durham has scored on the empty net, so it looks like that'll be the final in that one. Elsewhere, the Aaron Outlaws are leading the Milverton four-wheel drives in and around the end of the second period by a score of 3-2. That's in Milverton at the Perk. So with 44.1 seconds to go here in the second period, again, they're trying to sort everything out here. And there's a lot to dissolve, disintegrate. Yeah, probably a good idea. Yeah, great crowd on hand to witness this too. Got to give Thornbury credit for that. Yeah, this is a big game in a lot of ways because, well, you know, a lot to be decided. And my camera's frozen again, so that's awesome. Come on, what is happening? Sorry, folks, just trying to figure out what's going on here. You just have to give me a second here, folks. There we go. Now I'm back. All right. So another penalty up on the board for Shelburne. So they'll continue to be shorthanded here. Now a 5-on-3 situation for the Applekings. 42 seconds left in this period. There's a shot just wide of Marquis' blocker hand. Here's a play down low. Fleming takes it in behind the net. They score. That was fast. Logan Blazer from Mackenzie Fleming. It's a power play goal for the Applekings, and they take a 5-4 lead here in the second. That happened really quick. What a play from Mackenzie Fleming. So Logan Blazer, that's his 6th goal of the season. It comes on the power play, and it gives the Applekings a 5-4 lead here. So, and well, if you take a look over the Shelburne bench, it's disintegrating, as there are not as many players on it as it did to start the game. We have 20 seconds thereabouts, as that puck is stopped by Marquis and played to the line of Blazer, who keeps it in. It'd be played there off to the side, just missed on the blocker side. Puck is fired around, and this is going to come to the line. Kept in by Bueller. It's going to be given away. Stoneham chops it out, and that's going to do it. So we have 40 minutes of, well, eventful hockey in the books here in Thornbury. But the Georgian Bay Applekings, with a power play goal late, take a 5-4 lead, and they go to the dressing room up a goal and on the power play for another minute 12. So we'll be back in a little while for period number 3 of this exciting OEHL North Division hockey game. We'll be back in a little while for that. Stick around, everybody. Live OEHL hockey at the Real Raji 21. We'll be back.
Live on YouTube, it's OEHL hockey from the Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada, for today's OEHL North Division matchup between the 3-12-2 Shelburne Muskies and the 9-9 Georgian Bay Applekings. Tonight's game is brought to you by Thornbury Clear Choice Pool and Spas. Come and visit their showroom at 4 Arthur Street West in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 519-599-1154 or visit thornburyclearchoice.com for more details. Thornbury Clear Choice, Pool and Spas, pool cleaning made easy. And by Hometown Hall, your neighborhood spot for good drinks, local bites, and easy company. At Hometown Hall, we bring together craft beer, cider, and wine with snacks and stories from around Grey and Bruce County. Located at 49 Bruce Street South in Thornbury, Ontario, Canada. Closed Monday through Wednesday and open Thursday through Saturday from 9 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's first come, first served around here, so grab a spot, settle in, and let the good times roll. It's OEHL Hockey, live on YouTube from Thornbury.
life to you. Why does Matt just have to end the
All right, everybody, back in to the very frigid Beaver Valley Community Center and Arena. Period number 3 about to get underway. As the puck is back in the Applekings zone off that face-off. 5-4 is our score for the Applekings, and they're on the power play. Blazer picks it up. He'll play it in. Austin Ouellette grabs it, throws it towards Marquis. He tips it into the corner. Back to the line. It's kept in by the Applekings. Still set up on this power play. Bueller throws it down low. Centering pass went off a skate. Now it's going to be picked up by Shelburne, and they're going to fire it out as Benedetti went down, and he's slow to get up. Like I say, we're in the third period here now. In a 5-4 Applekings lead. They have 25 seconds left of power play time. Applekings set up on this power play. Austin Ouellette with the puck. He'll play it down low. Gets the puck back, but fails to connect. It's out of the zone. Here comes Tristan Park up the ice. Penalty about to expire, and does. Now we're back to even strength here as that shot is in wide. Back to 5-on-5. It'll be thrown into the far side by Belvedere. Now to be played across, and Burke going to pick this up for Shelburne. Back to the line. It's picked out by Georgian Bay, and they're going to bring it out. Across the line, there's a shot, and that's deflected into the corner. Now it's all the way down the ice. Icing call against the Shelburne Muskies. Puck is played into the corner. Georgian Bay going to gather it. 5-4 Applekings lead. We're back to 5-on-5. A lot of players missing from the Shelburne Muskies side of things that started this hockey game. Played by the red line, and it's going to be picked up by Dorian. He's going to bring it ahead. In across the line, Dorian stops up in the corner. I'd like to give a shout out to the Dorian family who's watching live from Pickering. Great to have your support. Scott literally is the fastest person I've ever seen in the OEHL, probably in the senior hockey circuit ever. He's really, really quick. Here's Caruso. He's going to come up the ice and in across the line. Centers, shot, Weigel with the save. Brevet couldn't get the rebound. Now it's in deep. Another chance for Shelburne. Caruso centers. It's out of the reach. Blocked down by Benedetti. Shoots. Just wide. And this will be shot around, and here's a shot from the line. Aw, that's so kind of you. Thank you. And here comes Georgian Bay up the ice with an opportunity here, and down goes, I didn't see which one that was, but one of the Applekings players went down and gets back up as this puck is in center ice now. This is going to be Hoover shooting it in. Keegan Hoover shoots it in. He'll go after it. Puck is in the corner. It's battled there for. Sebastian DeCastro gets that puck out. Back in the Applekings zone. Going to be sent ahead. Hustwick shoots it in. He'll go in after it. Number 91 of Georgian Bay. Kind of played sparingly in this hockey game, but that's only because of the power play and penalty kills. Up the ice towards the blue line. It's kept in by the Applekings. Sebastian DeCastro now gets it. DeCastro plays it in behind the net. It's going to be picked up by Shelburne. They just fire it back to the other side in their own end still. Now it's finally played out. Fraser Cocker threw it across, but it's tipped away by Georgian Bay, and they're in across the line. Fleming stops up, centers, shoots. Oh, and a big hit there. And we're going to get a penalty call here as Sims hit Austin Ouellette, and Sims is going to be sent off for that. And it's going to be a charging call. Sims with the penalty. They're going to call it charging, and Shelburne takes another penalty, and it's going to be another Applekings power play here. So Mackenzie Fleming dropped that puck to Austin Ouellette, and as that play materialized, Sims hit Ouellette, and they called it a charge, and Applekings on the power play here. Centering pass, going to be intercepted though, and it'll be sent down the ice by Stoneham. Applekings got to come back in their own end to grab it and set up on this power play. Fleming plays it back. It'll be shot up the ice, and in across the line comes Ouellette. He goes to the outside, centers, no shot yet, as Bekele picks it up, plays it down low. Ouellette, he had it taken away by Benedetti, and he'll fire it down the ice. Out to get it is Aaron Weigel, the Applekings starter for this evening. Oh, big hit there by Kyle Burke on Tristan Park. 1:05 to go in the power play, and here's Dorian. He had it stripped away though, and it's back into the Applekings zone. Dorian picks it up again, full head of steam. Here he comes across center and into the zone. He runs into his teammate though, and it's offside. So sometimes that's what being the fastest guy in the league can do, is have you run into your own teammates by accident. But he is so fast that even the camera can't keep up with him. Again, shout out to the Dorian family in Pickering, Ontario, Canada, watching live on YouTube. Face off outside the blue line, 50 seconds left in the power play for Georgian Bay. This will be tipped in, hit by Burke there on Calvert Getz, and it'll be tipped into the Shelburne zone. Applekings after it, it's going to come out of the zone by Shelburne. Down in behind the net of Weigel, he'll leave it there for Salaturo. Number 13 of Georgian Bay brings it up the ice. He'll bring it across the line. Tried to make a move, had it stripped away, gets it back. Salaturo has an option, plays it across to Connor Long. Long shoots, deflected, but kept out. Reed Simmons, the old Shell Lake Crushers connection. Long and Reed Simmons connect on that one. And Dominique Marquis makes the save. Marquis left the game when he was replaced by Gatlin Bird at the beginning of the second period after the Applekings made it 3-1. But Marquis is back in the game after Gatlin Bird was ejected from the game at the end of the second period. So Marquis will finish this one off for the Muskies. Penalty is expired now, and we're back to 5-on-5 as Dorian brings it back up the ice. Try to get in around, and now it's Salaturo. He lost it though. Applekings still with control. Centering pass going to be intercepted by Shelburne. And out they come the other way. Here's Caruso. In across the line, shoots, save Weigel. Rebound! Rivet couldn't get the shot away. Now it's going to be played by the Applekings up the ice. Dorian again. He's been out there a while, but now we'll play it to Blazer and go off for a change. Here's Blazer across the line, goes wide, shot, Marquis makes the save, and net goes off as DeCastro gets tied up, and now we get a high stick. And we'll get a penalty here. And we get some more shenanigans here. Bradley Wells, number 89, I think his night's going to be done. Well, he's definitely getting a penalty, and whether or not Shelburne is getting penalties here, that'll be the question. So, again, not sure what the calls are going to be here, but Bradley Wells is in the box, not happy about that, and we'll get a whistle. So, net is still off in behind, and they're going to have to get the net back on the moorings here. But right now, Wells is the only one in the box, so. So It looks like it might be a Muskies power play after all that. With 13:10 to go here in the third. So now it looks like a Muskies player is in the box as well, and I think it's Carter LaRue, number 19. But the 2-minute minor that's on the score clock belongs to the Georgian Bay Applekings and to Bradley Wells. So it looks as though Shelburne's going to get a power play out of all this, like I said. It's getting pretty thin on that Shelburne Muskies bench as well, so. But now it's a matter of where the face-off is going to be, and it looks like it's going to come back in the Applekings zone. And we have a power play for Shelburne. $13:10 to go here in the third, and the Muskies have the power play, but they'll have to start it from their own end. That puck is all the way back in on Marquis, who leaves it there. So Shelburne going to set up on this power play, and here's Dakota Prentice with it. Prentice is going to skate it up head and play it across to Weber. And across the line he comes to the backhand. Shot there, just wide of the net. It'll be sent down, though, by the Applekings. $1:30 to go in the power play for Shelburne. They trail 5-4. Here it comes up the ice. Shelburne in across the line. Play it in deep. They're going to go in after it. Beck. It's tipped up high in the air. Muskie's trying to grab it. One of the players for the Applekings went down kind of awkwardly in front of the net. That was Logan Blazer. He takes his man out. Now it's Stoneham on the boards. He'll play it down in behind the net. Beck picking it up there into the corner. Good battle there with Logan Blazer. Now it's Weber. He plays it across. It's way out of the reach of Prentice and out of the zone. Prentice ahead. In across the line. They're offside, and now they're onside. Burke plays it in the middle, though. It's going to be intercepted by the Applekings and all the way down the ice. Down to 40 seconds remaining in the power play for Shelburne. They trail 5-4. Now it's going to be off stick, and here's Dorian going to pick it up with speed. Up by Rivet. Stopped by Marquis, and he hangs on. Wow, Dorian. Man, it's like a light switch with this guy. Flip the switch on, and away he goes off to the races. Danny Rivet had no chance in catching him. But Dorian elected to go 5-hole, and Marquis was able to shut the pads pretty quick on that opportunity. That one through the legs of Dorian. That's off a shin guard and out of the zone. 20 seconds left in the Muskies power play. It's way back in the Applekings zone, though. Now it'll be played around, and that'll go all the way down the ice. Dorian up there sniffing around. He won't be able to get to it, though. Final 5 seconds off the power play here as Sebastian DeCastro plays it ahead. Rivet can't corral it, and it'll be played off the boards to the line. Caruso keeps it in. Caruso shot deflected there, and now we're back to 5-on-5. Applekings take it in their own end. We're down to 10:56 to go here in the third. Played ahead, and this is shot all the way down the ice. It's going to be a nice call against the Applekings, and we'll get a face-off back in the Georgian Bay zone. So Durham Thundercats defeating the Ripley Wolves today by a score of 6-2. Just going to, again, double-check the out-of-towns here. I believe that means that the Ripley Wolves finished the season 16-4. But again, I'll have to double check that. Puck is fired into the zone by Shelburne. As Salatoro took his man down, Fraser Cocker kind of awkwardly there, and now ahead comes the Applekings. Ouellette. Oh, and what a hit there! And Devin Train taking a number there. Wow, that was a big check there by Austin Ouellette. And Georgian Bay with almost too many men on the ice as Shelburne gets a change, and what a hit there, Ouellette on Jake Stoneham. Stoneham going after Ouellette, can't come up with the puck, and Sims, he gets slashed by Ouellette as they go after each other here. And then Ouellette headbutted Steven Sims, and Sims, he knew it too, as we get some rough stuff in behind the play as well. And Mackenzie Fleming at the center of it here. This is down to the other side, Carter LaRue and Mackenzie Fleming. So that happened and materialized in behind the net of Dominique Marquis. And I don't know what they're going to call here. But Sims and Ouellette went, they chatted a lot down here, and Ouellette with kind of the headbutt on Steven Sims, and it right in front of the referee as well. So, man, oh man, just chaotic scene here in Thornbury with 9:59 to go. My goodness. So before that hole went down, I was trying to explain here that the Durham Ripley Wolves finishing the season 16-4. Durham Thundercats, big win today for them, and they have 2 games remaining, both of them against the Minto 81s. Elsewhere, Aaron Outlaws, Milverton four-wheel drives. I don't know what the final score is there. Looks like they might have been in overtime, maybe headed to a shootout. It was tied at 3. And a lot of other games got underway at 7:30. But again, the just like I say, chaotic scene here in Thornbury. My goodness. And like at the end of the day, it's hard for me just to keep the camera on what is happening, because there's stuff happening at one end of the ice and stuff happening at the other side of the ice. So it just baffles me. But like Steven Sims and Austin Ouellette came together, and Sims, as Ouellette was trying to tell Sims to pop him on the chin, Sims literally just kind of stood there, made a gesture towards Ouellette, who then came at him and headbutted him, and that was wild to watch. It really was. But again, yeah, just kind of crazy. So yeah, just getting confirmation, Milverton Aaron heading to a shootout, tied at 3, and they're going to figure out the extra point in Milverton. Shout out to Jordan McKinnon. And again, Saugeen Shores Winterhawks at Lucknow taking on the Lancers tonight in a game that heavily impacts the Shelburne Muskies and as well the Georgian Bay Applekings. So, you know, the outcome of that one could be a big deal here. So, like I say, a lot going on, a lot of stuff that could essentially happen within the next little while here. But yeah, this game has been, well, I think even more than I would have expected it to be honest. And again, it's another 5-minute major on the board, this time on the Muskie side again. So, and I think this 5-minute major this time might be to Carter LaRue for in behind the net against Mackenzie Fleming, I think. It's just been a chaotic night for both teams, the referees, everybody trying to deal with the chaos that is on the ice. And again, at the end of the day, it's about the 2 points, I think. But yeah, I mean, in terms of hockey games and how they go, I mean, this is about as entertaining as one as I've ever called. So looks like there's going to be a face-off upcoming in the Shelburne end. Yeah. Like I say, I try and make sense of things. The more I feel like there's sense of things, the less I feel like there's sense of things. So we're going to play some 4-on-4, I guess, for 2 minutes before the Applekings go on the power play. So in a 5-4 game, it's 4-on-4 hockey. It'll be shot in and around the net, and Weber's going to pick it up for the Muskies. Plays it in the middle. There's a chance for DeCastro. What a save from Weigel. That's a big stop for the Applekings netminder. Benedetti plays it across. This is Weber again. He gets around his man, and he'll go into the zone. Tries to toe drag, centers across, and it was out of the reach to DeCastro. Too hot to handle. Here come the Applekings the other way with an opportunity. Dorian shoots, save by Marquis. That's a big glove save for the Muskies netminder on Scott Dorian. That's a big stop in a 5-4 game here. Dorian with a burst of speed as he, has shown that he so easily can do. He's back and shot there, wide blocker side. Shot there, Marquis makes the save. It's into the corner, Applekings still have it. Now it's back and Beck has it, he'll bring it ahead. He has Burke. It's Beck and Burke. Beck going to the net, can't get there for the centering pass, and Applekings are able to pick it up and go the other way. In across the line, Bueller had it stripped away. Muskies trying to come the other way with it. In across the line, Beck was there, but he couldn't get the pass across from Devin Train. In across the line, Applekings come the other way. Shot there, save, Marquis. Into the corner. Still loose. Bueller plays it across. Here's a shot. Marquis got it in the glove hand and he'll hold on. Another save there for Dominique Marquis. Obviously thrust it into an awkward situation at the end of the second period, having been pulled from the game just to come back into the game. It's something you don't see often. But 5-4 game, every save is crucial at this point. And now it's going to be given away and played ahead. Here's Caruso in across the line. He has a man. Go to the net. Stopped by Weigel. Belvedere couldn't put it by him. Caruso put it across and Belvedere was stopped. Aaron Weigel coming across to make a big save to keep this a 1-goal game. Bookmark that stop because it might have been the Muskies' best chance. 26 seconds left of 4-on-4 before the Applekings go to the power play. Belvedere intercepts. It's loose, but it's going to be picked up by the Applekings, and they're going to come the other way. In across the line. Dorian stops up. He's going to play it across. It's intercepted, though, by the Muskies. And it's out of the zone. 8 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey here. Back in the Georgian Bay end. Dorian trying to get around Belvedere with stick check. Belvedere still has it. Shoots. Save. Rebound. Oh, batted out and into the zone now. And here comes the Applekings. They're on the power play with a 3-on-1. It's put across to Fleming. In the middle. Oh, he stops and he keeps it out. Here comes Caruso the other way. 1-on-1. Caruso puts it into the far corner. And Dorian was slow to get up, and he's slow to get out of the zone either as he goes back to the bench. He was mauled in the crease area there after that. But it's a penalty, or it's a power play for Georgian Bay here. Now they're going to bring it up the ice. Fleming, he'll put it across, out of the reach of Hustwick. Now he gets there though. Hustwick, looking in the middle, and it's into the corner. Big hit there. Now it's freed up for Fleming. Back to the line to Connor Long, shoots. Looking for the deflection was Fleming, tipped it just wide. It's down low, centering pass. Applekings still trying to get it, they have it to the outside. They control the puck now on the power play. Fleming's there. Oh, he couldn't get the shot. It was through his skates. Beaver to Fleming. He folded it wide. He fanned on it big time and put it fluttering into the corner. Now to be played out by Shelburne. 1:40 left in the power play for Georgian Bay. They're going to bring it right back in across the line. Fleming picks it up. Shot there off a stick and into the netting, out of play. And we get a breather, thank God. 6:31 to go here in the third. 1:32 in the penalty. Applekings on the power play here. Salatoro in to take the face-off for the Applekings. Wins it to the boards. Picks up his own play off the boards. There's a shot, save Marquis. De Castro. He couldn't get it out. Now it's played by Dorian. Dorian trying to get away, plays it down low, goes to the net. It'll be picked up here. Now Dorian's getting it back from Salatoro. Dorian places the line. Beckley shoots. Marquis got it, and he'll hang on. Face-off here upcoming in the Shelburne end. Face-off upcoming in the Shelburne end. This is to the left of Marquis. 1:09 to go in the power play. Applekings win the draw. Back to the line, it's out. And they're going to have to come back for it. Here's Beckley with it. Pressure by Fraser Cocker. It's up the ice. In across the line. This is Dorian. Shoots! Another glove save, Marquis, and he makes the save. He'll hang on. Yes. It's helping a lot. It wasn't that bad. Okay, it was bad. This one's going to be controlled by the Applekings. Park shoots off a skate and into the corner. Weber's going to get there first for Shelburne. Can he get it out? Yes. It's in the neutral zone. Mackenzie Fleming tips it to Bueller. Bueller leaves for Fleming. Fleming picks it up. Into the corner. They battle for it there. Fleming still has control. Loses it. Muskies pick it up and get it out. And Weber throws it out to the blue line. No further. Fleming up there waiting for the pass, and he's got it. In across the line he comes. Puts the Bueller. Shot there, saved. Rebound. Cleared, and now it's going to be thrown around and kept in. 15 seconds. Beckley has it. He'll shoot. Deflected. It's still loose. And it doesn't reach Marquis, and that's one sent to the line. Kept in. 5 seconds left. Shot. Wide glove side. Beck's going to pick it up. And he'll throw it out. Power play over. We're back to 5-on-5. 4:53 to go. Back in the Georgian Bay end. Into the middle. This is going to be picked up by Stoneham. And he'll throw it in and go in after it. Applekings have it. To the line. It's tipped out. Benedetti's got to come back for it. Pressured there by Bradley Wells. Wells takes Benedetti into the boards. It's played ahead. Shelburne's got it in the middle. It'll be turned away. It turned aside. And then across the line, the Applekings come again. Tipped away. Stoneham can't get it out. Deflected there. It's wide on the glove side. And behind the net. They battle for it. Big battle. Benedetti and Bradley Wells. Now it's ahead, and Beck's got it. Beck plays it up. It's intercepted, though, by Blazer. He's going to backhand it into the Muskies zone. Clock is the biggest issue right now for Shelburne. 4 minutes to go here in the third. Back to Caruso. Caruso plays it back to Benedetti, who throws it to Caruso again. Nobody wants it for Shelburne. Benedetti plays it ahead. This is going to come to Belvedere. He can't get it, and he'll go in after it. Blazer Pressure by Belvedere. Can't get it. Now it's going to be Rivet after it. Can't get there either. And a hit by Sims on Ouellette. And across the line. No penalty upcoming yet. Well, I figured there was going to be, but there isn't. And Sims, he gets run at there. He goes down. Here's a chance for Rivet. Stopped. And now, what else are we going to have happen here? Ouellette is upset that Sims went after him. And Ouellette has something to say about that to the referee. .3:17 to go here in the third. Face off in the Georgian Bay zone. Applekings lead it 5-4. Sims back to the line. Played across to Prentice. Shoots. Deflected. Save Weigel. And it's going to be whistled down. Weigel able to find that and keep the puck out. Again, this is high tension hockey right now. There's a lot to go through here. 3:09 now to go here in the game. This will be back to the line. Kept in. There's a shot. Deflected. Save Weigel. He's able to keep it out, but they battle for it. Centering pass kept in. Bueller's got it. He's got him caught. Simmons going to the net hard. Bueller across. Stop by Markey. What a save on Reed Simmons. Evan Bueller, what a pass across too. And Simmons couldn't outweight Dominique Marquis. What a save. Again, talk about Shell Lake Crusher connections. Reed Simmons and Mackenzie Fleming. That's bringing it old school.
That was good hockey.
Yeah, that was good hockey. That's like this hockey. They didn't call them the Crushers for nothing. This is played back, and Muskies have it in their own end. To Castro, ahead, out of the reach of Weber, and it'll be an icing call against the Muskies. So now it's 2:35 to go here in the third period. Muskies have the clock working really against them right now as they try and press for the equalizer. .235, like I said, to go. Face off here in the Muskies end to the right of Marquis. This will be one back. Back to line, it's out. Look out, it's a chance. Burke trying to get away, couldn't get there. Kind of, puck was way out in front of him. Up to Salaturo, tried to get it out, can't. Burke picked the pocket, but now it's out of the zone. And Ouellette is going to go after it. Benedetti there. Ouellette strips him of the puck. It's loose. Here's a chance. Score! Matt Salaturo outweights Dominique Marquis and beats him on the blocker side. And it extends the Applekings lead to 2. It's 6-4 with 2:08 to go. Man, what an effort for Matt Salaturo, his second of the evening. And it extends the Applekings lead. They lead it now 6-4. And talk about deflation for the Shelburne Muskies. Put a valiant effort in, but now it's a matter of, is it too little, too late? As we approach 2 to go, Marquis still in the net. It'll be sent around. Caruso can't keep it there. Tried to get it back, couldn't. It's out of the zone. Train plays it across. Beck's going to pick it up, fire it in. 1:48 to go. Marquis still in the net. Shot toward the net is going to be played away. Caruso, he goes down as him and his man get tied up in behind the play. Beck is in his own end. He'll play it ahead. It's going to be intercepted, though, by Blazer. In across the line he comes. Blazer, he gets tripped up and shoots it in on Marquis, who makes the save. Now to be played out by the Muskies. 1:23 to go. Down by 2 are the Muskies. Applekings lead at 6-4. Bueller fires it in. Prentice picks it up. He gives it away, though, as Fleming's in there on the forecheck. Prentice again. to the open wing, Fraser Cocker. He plays it back. Prentice. Pressure there by Fleming. He's just keeping him at bay. Now it's back across. It's intercepted, though, by Fleming. Fleming's going to backhand it in. He'll go to the bench for a change. Muskies trying to gather it. Can't. And it's going to be played back into the Applekings zone. 47 left in the game. Long plays it ahead. Keegan Hoover shoots it in. And Marquis leaves it there. Benedetti throws it ahead. Now it's sent into the middle. Going to be picked up there. Sims in across the line. Now it's going to be played by the Applekings ahead, and Hustwick just shoots it in as Cocker goes after him. And I don't know what he's thinking on that particular play, but his night's done. So that's going to do it for Fraser Cocker's night. He went after Scott Hustwick. I have no idea why. And we're going to get another face-off here. Yep, so, oh yeah, sorry, it's 6-4, not 5-4. It's a 2-minute penalty to Cocker, but his night's over. Benedetti's going to serve the penalty for him, and we're going to face off in the Muskie zone. And again, can only imagine that they're trying to avoid any sort of shenanigans here with 21.6 to go. Sims on the ice, and I don't see Ouellette, so. And Bradley Wells, I think, and Steven Sims talking on the face-off here. They might go. Sims goes down. He's going to get it to the line no further. Connor Long, he's no shot yet. Into the middle to Hustwick. He'll shoot off a body into the corner. 5 seconds left. Long shoots, save Marquis, and that's going to do it. Game over. That's it. Applekings hold court on home ice, and the game is over. The Georgian Bay Applekings get back in the win column, and they improved to 10-9. They've done their part. Now they have to hope for some Lucknow Lancers magic over the Saugeen Shores Winterhawks tonight. Otherwise, 6th place is what they're going to be. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. The Georgian Bay Applekings will finish their season on the road against the Lucknow Lancers on the 31st. And then the next time they'll be at home ice will be playoff time. So can't wait for that. Can't wait for playoff hockey. Andrew Rodgers signing off from Thornbury at the Real Raji 21. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast, and we will see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.